In this video, we are going to do a different way of doing long division, which is called scaffolding. So what we're going to do is we're going to see how many times 6 can go into 55. Or for example, if I had a bunch of different things, I want to see how many groups of 6 I can make out of that 55. So here is an example. I have 55 circles, and I need to break them up into groups of 6. But again, I don't remember how many times 6 goes into 55. So I'm just going to basically chip them away. So I'm going to count here. I've got, I think I can probably get a couple groups of 6. So we'll start with 6 times 2. So 6 times 2, or 2 groups of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's going to be one group of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's going to be another group of 6. So I know so far I've taken care of 12 of those circles. So it leaves me with 43 left over. So then I'm going to do this again. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to see, let me see. I probably can take 3 more groups of 6. So 6 times 3. And I'm going to count up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's another group of 6. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's another group of 6. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here's our last group of 6. So 6 times 3, that means I've already grouped up another 18 circles. And that leaves me with 25. So probably out of that I can get 2 more groups of 6. So let's do 6 times 2 again. So let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let me do that. That's one group of 2. Or one group of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's another group of 6. So 2 times 6. So I've grouped off another 12. 6 times 2. Another 12 circles. So that leaves me with 13. So let's see how many. I can probably do another couple of sets of 6. So 6 times 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wasn't supposed to go through that last circle, but I've got another 12 taken care of. And then the last one is left over. So this one over here is my remainder, or what's left over. So 6 goes into 55. Well, how many times did I get it? So what I do now is I look at how many groups of 6. There's 2, 3, 2, and 2. So I'm going to add them all up. 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 is going to end up to be 9. And then I had 1 left over. Now we're going to do the same idea with a slightly larger number. So again, the same idea is I'm going to see how many groups of 6. Now I'm not going to draw out 1,734 circles and see how many groups of 6 I can get. But we're going to do the same idea. I'm going to see how many times. Now if I did something small like 6 times 2, that means I'm taking off 6 groups of 2, or I'm subtracting 12. And so I'm still left with 1,722. And you can see that this would probably whittle off pretty slowly. So we're going to start with huge multiples of 10. For example, if I had 6 times 1,000, then that would be 6,000. And that would be way too big for this number. I can't take 6,000 from 1,700. So let's try this something different. Instead of doing 6 times 1,000, let's do 6 times 100. So I can subtract off 600 here. And so that means I took 6 groups of 100 off of that. So that means I have 1,200, excuse me, that's 1,100, I apologize, 1,122, that's a 1. 1,122 off. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue. Well, let's take off another 600. So another 100 groups of 6. So I'm subtracting off another 600. And then, so that leaves me with 2, 2, and then 5. So if I wanted to take off another 100 groups of 6, that would be another 600, and that's way too big. So now we can start playing with other numbers. Maybe if I took 6 times 20. And again, it doesn't matter how many groups. You can choose how large or how small, depending on how big your number is here. So 6 times 20 is 120. So I'm going to subtract that off. And I'm still left with that. Well, it seems pretty small. What if I did 6 times 40? And I subtract that. Now I'm doing another 6 times 20. And we have that. So as you see, every time now I'm basically stripping away groups of 6 each time. And 42 is simply 6 times 7. And so I'm going to have a remainder of 0. The question becomes then, what is the final answer? And remember, this was all the different groups of 6. So what I have to do then is I have to add up all my numbers. Well, I took 2 groups of 6 off, then I took 100 groups of 6 off, then another group of 100, then a 20, then a 40, then another 20, and then a 7. Whoops, I'll squeeze it up there. I wrote my line, I was too eager there. So then I'm going to add down 7 plus 2 plus all those zeros is 9. And then 0 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2 is 8. And then that one is going to be 2, 1 plus 1. So that is the answer, 289.